What up, guys? Welcome back to another video on NFTs, talking about rug pulls of all things happening in this current space at the moment. It's one of the more concerning aspects of NFTs and projects and launching and minting and community and hitting barriers and rug pulls and everything else, right? One thing that I wanted to talk about in this video was brought up by NFT Ethics. Now, if you don't follow NFT Ethics on Twitter, well, guess what? You actually can't anymore, because literally, as I was about to make this video, I jumped onto their Twitter page, tried to take a look at it, and bang, account was suspended. They had about over 40,000 followers, and yeah, it's kind of weird to see that it's been suspended. So the reason why I wanted to make this video and talk about the rug pulls and everything that was happening was because NFT Ethics have gone on a spree to name names and reveal certain, call out even certain projects that they consider to be rug pulls, or that have been rugged, or there is an underlying group, an organized crime network of NFT ruggers. And it's interesting because they've had people message them with details, with research done, looking at all the wallets, the mint wallets, the community wallets, and they've been able to track a whole bunch of NFT projects and even find that the money, follow the money, right, guys? They all say follow the money. So they followed the money, the transactions, and they found that it all kind of leads back to this big one wallet, this one wallet account. And even though there's a multitude of different projects, it all seems to go back to one wallet account. And that leads us to think that there is an underground organized crime network, a con artist, a group of con artists that are pretty much just pumping out generative art and generative projects, trying to build that hype, getting people involved, minting, and then pretty much rugging. So it seems to be a collective group of people that are organized together and just churning out projects. So out there in the NFT cryptoverse, it's actually unfortunate to see that the reality is a lot of projects are rugging people, building projects, building the hype, spending money on marketing, and they are just raking in the Ethereum or the Solana or whatever. And they're probably doing it across multiple blockchains as well to kind of dilute the fact that they're rugging people. And yeah, it's really concerning for me, and I wish NFT Ethics all the best. I hope they come back, but there was a lot of backlash because they name dropped a few projects, and then people were saying, well, you should do your due diligence first. Don't name drop and say this is potentially a rug. But I, for one, felt like they were doing the community a service. All right, there has to be a voice out there that's telling you what the mainstream is not. The mainstream narrative at the moment is NFT is going to explode, NFT gaming is going to explode, NFT fashion is going to explode, and that is the trend at the moment. Now, I picked it up back in October. I made a video talking about NFT fashion and how that was exploding. Let me see if I can find it for you guys. So there you go. That is the video up there. NFT fashion, the convergence of two worlds. And I made that video back in October talking about how there's an explosion of fashion infiltrating the NFT space with luxury brands, and also, common everyday people being able to build wearables in the metaverse and making a lot of money that way as well. And we know that Nike have bought out Artifact. They've patented a lot of their attire, their clothing, and the design, so they can make them into wearables once Decentraland or Sandbox or whatever the metaverse takes off. So like I said in my previous videos, like there's trends, right? There's fads that happen in the NFT profile picture space, and that is, initially it was we'll give a portion to charity, then we're going to make a game, now we're allowing staking, utility tokens, breeding, and now I feel like the new trend for NFTs is wearables and fashion. You'll see most likely a plethora of NFT profile picture projects that are offering the utility of wearables. So in the future, once the metaverse is developed, then that project is going to create wearables that you as a token holder or an NFT holder will get access to. A lot of rug pulls are happening, and we need to really be vigilant. I'm making this video to kind of encourage you guys that don't always believe the hype, very much do your research. And I feel like the criteria for assessing the legitimacy of an NFT project has dwindled, right? It's become narrower and narrower. Back in the day, it was, yeah, make sure it is a doxed team. Now that doesn't even matter anymore, right? It doesn't even matter if you have a doxed team, because NFT Ethics have gone out and proven that just because you have a LinkedIn profile doesn't mean anything. They can make that up. They can forge it up. And when there's, hundreds of ETH at stake, hundreds of thousands of dollars to be earned by scamming people, then what's a LinkedIn profile? It's easy to fake and forge one, right? So now you can't even believe a doxed leadership team or dev team anymore. So that's narrowed down. Community, well, you can't even believe that there's a genuine community anymore, because you have bots, you have disingenuous people, you have people come in pumping, you have influencers that are pumping. So you second guess the validity, the legitimacy of a community. So again, everything to help you verify whether a project is legitimate or not is becoming more and more narrow. So guys, you just got to be careful out there. Stay safe. Don't lose your money and be left holding a bag of NFTs that aren't going anywhere. Not to say that you still can't flip, because the chances of you flipping within the first maybe couple of days after launch is still pretty high. You can still make money, but you don't want to be that guy that bought into one of these organized networks of generative art con artists, right? Excuse the pun, and be left with a bag. And now that the space is so rife with scammers, and I was thinking, how do we now determine what's a genuine project anymore, right? Perhaps it's an idea that we now go back and look at the OG projects that are still alive and kicking, right? So those projects that started back in May, June, July, August last year, right? Have they continued on, or have they hit barriers and they've given up? There's less chance of you being scammed in one of these OG original profile picture NFT projects. And it may be worthwhile that you go back and take a look at some of that art if you're interested in kind of supporting and growing organically a project. Whereas if you buy into one of these new projects, you can't be guaranteed that it won't be a rug pull. Again, you just got to do your own research, right? And now more so than ever, you got to do really thorough research. What are you guys looking in when it comes to projects right now? At this point in time, with so many projects launching, so many roadmaps, so many promises of utility, and so many scam artists out there, so many projects that eventually become rug pulls, or even if they don't become rug pulls, as soon as the community starts dwindling, the engagement goes down, they kind of give up, right? At this point, if you're buying NFT profile pictures, what are you actually looking for? I'd be curious to know what's driving the NFT market right now, because I feel like the hype is a little bit over. So yeah, that's kind of where I stand at the moment. There's a few projects that I'm really keen into, crypto ballers being one of them. The thing is, like, it's so hard to focus on so many projects. Like, if you are into the NFT space, look at your Discord. How many projects are you following? I am following so many that I can't keep track of, and I've come to realize that you can only really be invested in maybe 3 max. In order to stay engaged and involved in the community, you can only have so much time to spend and dedicate in these communities. And you want to do right by the community, and you want to get involved, you want to support them, you want to be up to date with their announcements, their sneak peeks, and really support them properly. And you can't do that if you're following 8, 9, or 10, unless you're just purely there to flip. And I've never been one of those people that flip. Honestly, if you look back at some of my videos, I talked about how I'm potentially made 900% gains on my space punk, right? I bought it for 150 US, and I got offered, like, I don't know, $2,000 or something at one point in time, and I didn't even sell it. Even then I didn't sell it, all right? Because I was hoping space punk would deliver big things. I trusted that project, and some may think that that was a bad decision on my behalf, but it is what it is. So anyway, I don't even know what I'm rambling about. I hope NFT Ethics gets their account back. I don't know why it's suspended, but I feel like there was a targeted approach because they were shining a light on not crypto scammers, but NFT scammers, projects that obviously led back to one single big wallet. And yeah, they were obviously doing the community a service, but a disservice to those scammers. So with that said, I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, night, noon, morning, wherever you are, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.